features with Livingston and Tangela too, and our host Vincent Landau, and he brings it to you. Creature features and all creatures and all creatures. And the creature gonna get you tonight. You better not turn out your bedroom light. He'll grab your head and give it such a bite. You may even die just from a fright. You ain't nothing gonna be, baby. You ain't nothing gonna be alright. 'Cause the creature gonna get you, baby. Gonna get you tonight.
At this time of the year, many high school graduates are making final preparations for their departure to university. And since the phrase back to school will soon be crossing the tongues of many of the good people who watch our show, we've chosen an appropriate film on this particular matter. Welcome to Creature Features. I am your host, Vincent. The spectacularly pretentious fop to this side would be my cultured butler, Mr. Livingston, and the angelic ingenue over here, Livingston, where in God's name is Tangela?
She refuses to come out of her room. I've tasked the handyman Andrew to implore her to reconsider.
Well, if she does not arrive soon, I shall have no choice but to proceed through the commencement without her.
I believe she has arrived.
You don't pay me enough for this.
Thank you, Andrew. However, may I suggest that in the future, you depart from this particular technique, lest you have some hidden desire for her to consume your liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. Moving onwards. Tonight we shall present for you a truly magical film entitled Satan's School for Girls. It's a beautifully horrid affair which revolves around a school, young adult women, and the Prince of Darkness himself. All of these ingredients could infer the potential for a classic horror film. However, that possibility will be quickly dashed at the moment you are illuminated to the reality that this made-for-TV movie was produced by Aaron Spelling, and part of the cast of this film is comprised of a full 2/3 of the cast from Charlie's Angels. What? And joining us to watch this satanic calamity will be special effects guru Tyler Ham. He's worked on some amazing movies you've all seen before, and he'll describe to us what it was like working for the likes of George Lucas. He'll also tell us about his new company that creates TV and movie collectibles. So don't go away, for it is to be another night of satanic schoolgirl fright right here on Creature Features.
I am not a pretentious fop.
Stay tuned.
Hairstyling for the show was provided by Restoration Hair in Santa Rosa.
Welcome to Creature Features. It's my favorite time of the week. I hope it's your favorite time of the week as well. You know, and this new 9 o'clock thing we're doing now, where we're on at 9 p.m. instead of 10, is wonderful. I'm chatting with Tyler Ham. He is, how can I describe you? You're like a special effects guru.
Yeah, I like guru. That sounds great.
Special effects guru.
Yeah.
And then you've got like this new company thing that you're doing where you're making collectible type stuff.
Yeah. I just started working at a company called Paragon Effects Group as their creative director.
All right, but we're going to talk about your movies as well, because
Perfect.
This man's been involved in every single movie you've ever seen. I mean, every single one. So how was the trip up?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Easy
I
drive?
love this area. Yeah,
You know,
especially easy now.
In the summer, it's nice. During the winter, it gets a bit dicey.
I like dicey.
But we're going to show Satan's School for Girls. Have you seen this one?
That also sounds dicey. No, I haven't.
No. All right. So this film was made in 1973, and I don't think you were made any time before 1973.
Just a little bit after.
A little bit after.
A little bit after.
No. So you would have not seen this when it was broadcast on ABC the first time.
Was this a made-for-TV Satan's School for Girls?
For TV.
I did not know that.
Now, well, you know, Aaron Spelling had this stage where he did not know what kind of television he wanted to produce. So he tried horror, and you know, we showed another one recently of his, and they were not bad, but you know, I think he was better at Charlie's Angels, and I think he realized that because in this film they've got two of the angels from Charlie's Angels.
I didn't realize that.
Before they received their wings.
Pre-angel.
Right,
Angels.
pre-angel. What do you call a pre-angel? Like a purgatory being?
Yeah, a sort of a middle ground.
A middle ground. This is a man who knows angels as well. See? All right, so let's go ahead and start the film. When we come back, we're going to talk about you and the stuff you're doing, and we're going to have fun, right?
Fantastic.
All right.
I'm already having fun.
Well, I'm having more fun. Off we go to Satan's School for Girls. Watch it. It's good.
Yes, collect call, please. Collect to Elizabeth Sayers, Los Angeles. KL58937. Thank you. Martha Sayers. Oh, please hurry. Please. No. Be there. She told me she'd be there. She has to. she'd be here.
You a sister?
Yes.
She just went to the store. Asked me to give you a key.
Please, no.
It's your sister, Miss Sayers. She's gone crazy in there. Screamed and locked the door. I tried all the doors and windows. They're all locked.
Excuse me, please. Martha? Martha, it's me, Elizabeth. Open the door, please. Can you break it in?
But you can't really argue with the coroner's report, Miss Sayers.
Lieutenant, my sister did not commit suicide. She had no reason to kill herself. She was happier than she's been in years.
But no one could have gotten into the house. The doors and the windows were all locked from the inside.
She did not commit suicide. Why would she catch a plane from Massachusetts, hire a car at the airport, and drive all the way to my house to kill herself?
Well, there's no rationale to suicide, Miss Sayers. I understand how upset you are,
No,
but if
you
you could
don't understand anything. If she was going to kill herself, there were worse times, like when our parents died or when we were separated by different schools, hundreds of miles apart, but not now.
But you did admit that she was a melancholy girl.
That she was lonely.
Well, you hardly saw her during the past few years.
Then ask her friends at school.
We did.
Did you try her ex-roommate, Lucy Denbrow?
Do you really think she would make that much difference?
Yes, she was her roommate for 2 years. She knows Martha.
Okay, Miss Sayers. We went to Miss Lucy Denbrow in Massachusetts, and to some of the other classmates at the academy, and the headmistress. No one could give us any further information.
I can't accept that.
There just isn't enough evidence for us to pursue it any further. I'm sorry. But the case is closed.
Not for me, it isn't.
Portions of this program are brought to you by Micromat, making products that keep your Macintosh running at its best.
I do not think that was a suicide.
I didn't feel like one.
I mean, most people don't scream prior to a suicide, right?
I mean, not in my experience.
No. Well,
No.
I hope you don't have an experience in that. That would mean you're dead. Although that would be great for the show now, wouldn't it? We are with Tyler Hamm. He is like an amazing special effects guy. He's done a bunch of films that we're going to talk about in a moment. And we're watching Satan's School for Girls, if you're just tuning in. But ILM, Industrial Light and Magic.
Yes, yes.
That is like George Lucas.
It is. It's the place that I wanted to work as soon as I learned how movies were being made.
And you were telling me during the break that you spent 3 years there.
Yes, yes.
Wow. What movies did you work on?
I started there on Pirates of the Caribbean 2, and I left there on the first of the J.J. Abrams Star Trek revisionings.
That does not surprise me because I did not like those films. And I think you did not either, did you?
Which ones? The Pirates or
the Abrams Star Trek?
I only saw the one I worked on, which was the first one.
You know, I was not impressed with those films. I mean, they had such potential if they would have just called it something else. I could not look at this chap and say, oh, yes, you're Captain Kirk.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right.
No. Even it's like, okay, you're supposed to be a younger Captain Kirk. It still didn't.
No, you get it, and then there was young Spock and old Spock, and it just sort of became a confusing.
Mixing of Spock. Spock should not be mixed. There's only one man who could play Spock.
There is only one Spock.
But so, what do you do? I mean, special effects could be anything, right? In particular, what was your area of expertise?
So I specialized mostly in 3D layout, so I was considered a layout artist.
I don't know what that is.
Well, I would be happy to tell you what that is. That is generally, it's sort of a early pipeline 3D artist. We set up scenes, whereas part of it is called match move, would be one part, where you take, when the director shoots a scene, you have the actors and the background elements, but you need a creature or a Godzilla
this
or
is
a,
where they have the little
pirate.
dots all over them, right? The actors?
Yes, that's a big part of it.
Right.
And so what you would do is you take a 3D camera, you take the 3D camera and you use the footage that the director has shot, you animate the 3D camera to match the camera motion that was shot on set.
Oh, how complicated.
Yeah, it's a lot of steps.
Right.
And then once those are both matching, if you put whatever you need to be put in the scene, like on Pirates of the Caribbean, it might be, a ghost pirate.
Right.
When that pirate's then put into the 3D scene, the camera motion matches up, and so the actual pirate looks like it's in scene.
That is fantastic. That was one of the most impressive special effects jobs I've seen. The first and the second movie I don't think I've seen the third, but I remember the second one. It was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, thank you. That actually won the Academy Award that year for Best Visual Effects.
We've got a pro with us. We seldom get guys like you, or girls. Anyways, I'm getting the signal. We're going to get back to the film, but when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about your films, and then you're going to show us some of these collectibles you brought, right?
I'd love to do that.
All right. Good. Off we go. Back to Satan's School for Girls. It was made in 1973, so don't overjudge it, please.
I couldn't fly into the funeral. I mean, there was no warning, none. I told the police when they called that everything was fine. I mean, just great. Martha was busy and working, so was I. If you don't like the sherry, I can run up some vodka.
No, please don't worry about it. I don't drink much.
I just grabbed this little place right after graduation. I sure hope my guardian sings for the loot.
Lucy, did Martha keep a diary or anything like that?
Oh, you know her better than that. No memories for her. Life was now.
Well, something was going very wrong. It had to be.
Nothing I knew of. Sure you wouldn't like some vodka?
No, thank you. She wasn't upset or anxious or anything?
Oh, anxious maybe. About our graduation and you and her getting your own place and finally being together.
Nothing else?
Like what?
Something at the school, maybe. It has to be something there.
No.
It had to be something that happened at the academy. I would know if there was anything else.
No, I'm telling you no.
I'm going there.
Well, you won't find out anything. Nothing. Nothing.
I've got to try.
You won't tell anyone you saw me? Or that you talked to me? Promise me? Do you understand? And no one? I'm sorry. Martha's death and everything. Please forgive me.
Yes, of course.
Committee from your class. Now, the Dragon Lady had us memorize a short welcoming speech. I'm afraid it'll make you throw up.
I'm Elizabeth Morgan.
We know. We've been expecting you. This is Debbie Jones.
Hi.
And that's Jody Keller.
Hi. Jody, why don't you get the bag?
Okay.
The Dragon Lady wanted us to show you around. To see that you were fed, housed, settled. Made you feel like one of us within 15 minutes of your arrival. How are we doing? I've been at home already.
That's good. The Dragon Lady
Does
said
the lady have another name?
Headmistress. She is a bad painter, a worse sculptress, and a lousy musician. She's a perfect headmistress for an Academy of Fine Arts.
Those who can do, those who can't teach.
But this place has a marvelous reputation.
Hey, listen. A lot of the professors are super. Really super. Jody's got a crush on the head of the Fine Arts Department.
We all do. It's a school hobby.
Uh-huh. If you like that sort of thing. Pouligny, Montrachet, 69.
She does not speak French. She just reads labels very well.
To our new friend. Take a big swallow, because you're going to need it for the Dragon Lady.
Cheers.
We here at Salem Academy feel that girls of good breeding are more easily groomed into young ladies of culture and refinement. We do have our traditions here. But then I suppose, like most traditions, they're meant to be broken.
Not all of them.
Oh, good. I'm so pleased to hear you say that. I don't know, it seems to me that so many young people today, especially in the arts, tend to have little regard for traditional techniques, the classic forms.
Picasso was a realist painter before he was an impressionist.
It's a lovely reference, my dear. Now, this academy has its own tradition. Under different names, it has been here, in this very place, for over 300 years. Well, Elizabeth, I realize that you must be very tired after your long trip, but since you enrolled after the quarter began, I think it would be wise for you to start your classes today.
Thank you for accepting me.
Only because you qualify. Now, I want you to have one of these. Since we're some distance from the main power lines, we often have quite erratic and exasperating electrical failures. It's nothing to be frightened of. You just keep that in your room. Usually the blackouts last only a short time. Now, here's your curriculum, and this is your list of classes for today.
Professor Clampett, Graphic and Fine Arts. Professor Delacroix, Behavioral Psychology.
Yes, I think you'll find them very interesting. Both of them very interesting. Good luck, Elizabeth. I hope you'll find Salem Academy as rewarding as I did when I was a student here.
Thank you.
Mrs. Williams speaking. Yes. Yes, the new girl just arrived.
This is Livingston, and you're watching Creature Features. Not now. Stay tuned. This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
Is she on drugs?
Why do you ask?
She was not this chipper at the commencement.
I gave her some tea.
Did you put drugs in the tea?
No, it was catnip tea.
Catnip tea? All right, welcome back to the show. Tyler stepped away for a moment. He's going to get some more props, interesting things for us to look at. So we should do letters, shouldn't we?
We should.
All right, we're going to do letters because it's time to do letters, right? And you've got a letter for me. How you doing, Tangela?
Very effective.
This feels like a card.
I believe it is.
It's from Linda Hunt. Is it the Linda Hunt?
Not sure.
From Berkeley, California. All right, Linda, what did you send us? A beautiful card of a Viking ship, Viking vessel. And in it, she says, greetings, I so look forward to Saturday nights with the handsome, charismatic rock star Vincent. That's me, you know. The wise, dapper Livingston, wise something, and the cute, adorable Tangela with the creepy, unique toys. Well, that one is show the toy. Show. Not the butt, the other side. That is a creepy toy. She's right. And interesting, creative guests, and those awful movies. A Creature Feature fan since the Bob Wilkins days. Thank you ever so much, Linda from Berkeley. P.S. The dialogue in the monologue, or lack of in Tangela's case, is amazingly clever and witty. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Linda from Berkeley, and such a wonderful card. I wonder why she thinks we're Vikings, though. You know, I don't care. I want to be considered a Viking, and Linda helped me get there. Thank you, Linda. Next up, Mr. Livingston. Joe Cartwright.
From Lake Tahoe.
From Lake Tahoe. This is the Joe Cartwright from the show. From, is it Bonanza? Which one? Which? Joe Cartwright was Bonanza? Little Joe. All right. Let's see what little Joe has for us tonight. All right. Joe Cartwright from Lake Tahoe, California says, hello to my friends at Creature Features. Hello to our friends in Lake Tahoe. Thank you for all the enjoyment you provide us, your viewers, each Saturday night. I always love kicking back to watch you three engage in what appears to be a good time. I think she's having a good time tonight, Joe. The movies I like the most are the old black and whites. Lightning and thunder, squeaky doors and cobwebs. Seem to have been doing more of those lately. Thank you. I've never met you all, but I'm sure I will attend the next public appearance you host. And we would love to see you there, Joe. What have we got this year?
I'll have to look at our planner.
It's been a bit specious this year, Joe, so we'd love to tell you where we're appearing next, but we have no idea. All right, last one is a package.
A package from Amazon.
A special package. Oh my goodness, this looks wonderful. There's a special card. Is this a gift for Tangela? I don't think she cares at the moment. What is this?
I believe it's a book.
A book? Oh my goodness. And I'm losing everything here. All right. You know, typically
There's
I
a
have
card
her
attached.
unwrap these things for me, but she's a bit predisposed. You could have unribboned this for me. You know how I am with ribbons. All right, we're getting to the meat of the topic. Here we go. It's a book. It is a book. Oh my goodness, this is like an onion. This is taking days to get here. All Hallows Eve by Charles Williams. This looks wonderful. There's a lot of words, no pictures, but this looks like a beautiful book. All right, let's see what the card says. It says, a gift for you. Dear Creature Features, Mr. Livingston, Vincent, and Tangela. I love Bob Wilkins on 2 when I live by Tahoe. Thank you for a chance to express after all these years. Perhaps you can get Latitude Zero from John in Syracuse, New York. Well, you know, we're going to try to get that film, Latitude Zero. Have you heard of it?
I have not.
Well, it's the one before Latitude 1. Just so you know, if you're looking like in a library card.
Clever.
I'm not clever. You know I'm not clever. All right, and I bet you Tangela will be the first one to read this book because she likes All Hallows Eve, or Halloween as we all call it. Is that it?
That's it.
All right, that's it for letters. If you'd like to send us a letter by email, send it to the address you see appearing below. Or if you'd like to send a wonderful book like our friend in New York, send it to the address you see down here. We'll be right back with Tyler Ham, but first we're going to get back to Satan's School for Girls.
So, if illusion and reality are different, they're also very much the same. What we think we see is as real as what we actually see. Example, optical illusion. How many see the squares coming out from the canvas, projecting out? Hands. Right. How many see the opposite? The boxes going into the canvas. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, on signal, I'll clap my hands, you'll blink your eyes, and then stare right into the drawing. And those of you who see the reverse of the image you just saw, raise your hands. All right, ready? Blink. Okay, now stare at that canvas. Hands?
Yeah.
Good. Good. Everybody but our new classmate, who's obviously concentrating.
Sorry, I guess I wasn't concentrating.
No, I think you were concentrating on something and therefore locked into your mind the very first image you saw. You have to let your mind hang loose.
But I did blink my eyes.
But that's your mind. The artist has to be free to see things in different ways, to dare to see things unlike anyone has ever seen them before. Now let's look at some of our own masterpieces. We have Roberta's landscape, which is still rather obvious, but I'm sure she'll see more as she develops. Debbie's gloomy view. I hope she brightens things up a bit when she goes back to work. Or when she finds a new boyfriend. All right, just remember, everything is illusion and reality. Except for the grade you get at the end of the term. Until then, condemn nothing. Embrace everything. And hang loose. Okay? See you tonight.
Debbie, I liked your painting.
You're the only one who does.
The girl in it, she's very pretty. Is she a student here?
Was. Martha Sayers. She's dead now.
Were you very close?
Not really. I just thought that she
What?
fitted into that room. You ready for round two?
Yeah, what's the next class? Rats.
You'll see that the eating cycle of the rodents will become more intense. They'll work harder and fight harder to get food that sometimes will be where they expect it and sometimes it will not. We'll teach them that the food is always behind the red door. And when they have that well learned, we'll take the food away and put it behind the white door. And when they learn that, we'll switch again and again and again. To what end, Roberta?
To frustrate it, drive it crazy.
Why would I want to do that? Debbie.
I don't know.
Of course not. I might as well ask the rodents as ask you. Elizabeth, what's the purpose of this experiment?
To make them passive,
And why would we want to do that?
so that they're not able to fight back again.
Exactly. To show that a mind can be broken to any level by manipulation and locked on that level. To make it believe what we want. To act as we wish. Dismissed.
Now then, when you step on its tail, it squeaks. But then when you step on its head, it doesn't squeak. Can you tell me the point of that tail? On the other hand, don't forget to close the white door when you...
Still very hot. The doctor should be here soon. Debbie, we should have told the headmistress to notify her family.
No, we can't.
Why not?
Doesn't have any parents. She's only got a guardian. He's somewhere in Europe.
Hi.
Debbie, the doctor will be here soon.
Well, what for? I don't need a doctor.
Have you had this before?
Had what?
Don't you remember coming out of the psych class and suddenly screaming? Like you were in some terrible pain.
I don't feel any pain. Hey, what time is it?
6:30.
I want to go wash my face. I don't want to be late for Dr. Clampett's wine party. I'm going to get some more.
not just dismissing it. I just hate to feed something like this on such flimsy evidence.
Look, we're not asking you to judge Professor Delacroix. Just talk to him about his class. About why he's so hard on Debbie. Then you draw your own conclusions.
And what if I draw none?
Then we'll have to drop it.
Unless what?
Unless something else happens.
Well, let's just wait and see if something else happens. If it ever does. Where's Jody? She promised to come.
She's still doing office duty for the Dragon.
You needn't watch the clock, my dear. I'll let you know when your time is up.
Yes, ma'am.
How is Debbie?
She's fine now.
Jody, have you been aware of any unusual conduct in your teachers or your classmates? I mean, other than Debbie's outburst.
No, ma'am.
If that's the doctor. If that's the doctor, tell him I still want him to come over.
Salem Academy. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir. It's the Boston Police.
Lucy Devereaux committed suicide. It's two of us.
Portions of Creature Features are brought to you by the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California. Explore the mystery at winchestermysteryhouse.com.
Welcome back to Creature Features. We are watching a movie with the illustrious Tyler Hamm. He does amazing special effects stuff, as we discussed in the previous segment. But this movie, the movie is called Satan's School for Girls, but the actual university they attend is called Salem's Academy for Women.
I would be more comfortable enrolling in Salem's Academy for Women, I think.
I suppose, right. Now, that's true. All right, so I guess it's not. Yeah, but they could have named the movie that and surprised everybody with the satanic part.
It's a twist.
I don't know. I'm just paid to watch them, not make them. So, hands.
Yeah.
Hands. Look, Mom, no hands. There's plenty of hands.
Too many hands.
What is this atrocity you've put on my table?
So these are some of the horror-related movie prop replicas that I've worked on.
Right.
This one is from The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
That does not look like the Creature of the Black Lagoon's hand.
No, it's not the Creature from the Black Lagoon's hand. It is the fossilized version of the Creature from the Black Lagoon's hand.
Oh, the one at the beginning.
The one at the beginning.
Oh, this is the one that started everything, I believe.
Started that whole adventure into the Amazon.
So that is incredible. Is that like made out of bone or wood?
This is actually polystone.
What is polystone?
It's a fancy name for resin, really. It's like a stronger stone mixed resin.
It definitely does not look like the typical resin plasticky look. That's
no.
amazing.
Yeah,
so you're involved in this in what way?
So for this piece, I sculpted this, and then
you sculpt as well?
Yes.
Like,
yes. Yes, this was a digital sculpture. Actually, the base I ended up sculpting the little plaque too. This was just
You've
a
got
classic
me confused.
clay.
So you did it on a computer first? And
Yes.
Then, was it like done in a 3D printer or something like that?
Yep, the prototype, and it was
Oh
in the
my
very
goodness.
kind of early stages of 3D printing. It was
And
actually hard.
He worked on Star Trek as well. I think you're leaning towards making the replicator thing. You're
Yeah.
close, right?
Close.
You just have to like add the voice part to say, "Make me a creature from the Black Lagoon hand."
If it was only that easy.
I know. Wouldn't it be nice? I could do it.
Soon it
then.
will be.
I could do it then. All right, and we've got another one here, and I recognize this hand. It looks like it should be attached to a lot of bandaging.
A lot of old, dusty bandaging.
The mummy. The mummy's hand. Now, I take it you created the hand as well?
I didn't do the hand.
You did not?
I did not do the hand.
You did not do the hand.
But I did do the
However,
rings.
The rings.
Yes.
These are wonderful.
Yeah, thank you.
These are incredible. Now, what's with this one? Is this like a prototype?
Yeah, so that's the actual 3D print of my sculpture of the ring.
Do you own one of these 3D printers?
I just recently bought a very small one.
You know, I must get one. Or, you know, maybe not, because if Tangela gets her hands on it and learns how to use it, it could be terrible. So you made these for what? The new company?
This was for a company I worked at a couple years ago called Factory Entertainment.
Right.
And I actually served not only as a sculptor there, I went on full-time as a art director there.
And when you say sculptor, you were still talking about digital.
Yes.
You don't actually chisel or like move clay.
Not as much as I want to. So like this part of this was clay. I sculpted a Wolfman cane replica, which I also did out of clay. It just sort of depended on sort of what material seemed to sort of fit the piece, so to say. And so this, I was more comfortable in a digital environment when I did this.
It looks perfect.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't think even an advanced sculptor could do as good a job by hand. I mean, you'd break a finger in the middle of it and you'd have to start all over again, right?
This was actually the first thing I ever sculpted.
That's
just
incredible.
Period. I'd never
That's
sculpted a thing before doing this.
He's going from movies to actual reality. That's amazing. All right, I'm going to signal we got to get back to the film, but when we come back, we're going to look at something else, right?
Fantastic.
All right, off we go. Back to Satan's School for Girls right about now.
Debbie, are you awake? Were you asleep?
No, I couldn't sleep. I hope you don't mind.
No, I don't mind.
I didn't know her, but that girl's suicide really shook me up.
Lucy? Lucy was nice. She was really nice.
At the party, you said that makes two of us.
Martha Sayers. She committed suicide, too.
Isn't that the girl in your painting? What do you think made them do it? I don't know.
It's like there were rats in Delacroix's maze. Maybe we all are. I wish those lights would come on again.
I meant what I said about your painting. I really do like it. But that Martha girl seems scared to death in it.
I paint what I feel.
What is she so scared of?
I don't know.
Was it that room? Something in it, maybe? Where is that room, Debbie? It's so strange. It's so cold and dark. It looks like a dungeon.
It's like it was a memory. It's like it was a room I saw a long, long time ago.
Do you know where?
Here. I'm almost sure, I am sure it was right here in this building.
Well, I better let you get some sleep. I'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night.
The room in your painting, I found it. No. No! No, I've been to that room. It's identical. I have never seen a room like that. Never. What are you so afraid of? I'm not afraid. Tell me, please. Nothing. I didn't have anything to do with it. With what? Nothing. To get out of my room.
What's going on? I told her that I'd found the room in her painting. It's in the cellar of this building.
So?
Well, she's terrified of something in the painting.
Or something she thinks is in that painting. Look, Elizabeth, she's a very emotional girl. You saw that. And there's some creepy legend about a bunch of people who were killed in a cellar around here a long time ago.
How is it supposed to have happened?
Well, they say during the Salem witch trials there were 8 young women who were accused of witchcraft and hung in one of the cellars.
Yeah, but look, all these old houses have cellars. It could have been any one of them. I'm going to bed.
It's a good idea for all of us.
Roberta, there was someone in that room tonight. I saw him.
For God's sake, don't tell Debbie.
Hey, Vincent, this is Russell from San Francisco, California. And I came with an idea. Why not start a publication for the show Creature Features called the Creature Features Magazine? Keep up the good work, Vincent, and please think about starting a Creature Features magazine for the show. Bye.
Portions of Creature Features are brought to you by the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California. Explore the mystery at winchestermysteryhouse.com.
You know, Tyler Ham, special effects guru and model maker, where do you get your haircut? I think I should get a haircut like you.
You know, I wish I could refer you, but the person who cuts my hair actually just moved to Ireland.
Oh.
So.
Well, you know, I go back to the UK every now and then, so maybe we'll chat between the breaks.
I'll link you up.
Right. So I've got all these toys on my table, and I think you made them.
I did.
But they're not toys. These are like professional figurines, right?
Yeah, this is sort of the hobby part of my love of toys and horror.
This is like very advanced hobby work.
Ah, thank you.
You could make like millions producing these in mass quantities.
I would love to do that.
So what did you do here? You modeled these things on the computer.
Yes.
And then you had them 3D printed.
Yes.
And you created these lovely figurines.
Well,
and they're all from Abbott and Costello meets
Frankenstein.
And Frankenstein. See, I could not see Frankenstein, so I did not know. But this chap who fell down does not belong here. One of these things does not belong.
That was a very Ichabod thing to do, actually. I imagine Ichabod would fall.
Oh, now he lost his shoe as well. You know, perhaps I should not touch these. I shall just place him back here for now. So give us a story on these.
Sure. Well, this is sort of a wide range of sort of how I go into making things just for myself.
Right.
Whereas some of like these two, like Dracula and Frankenstein, these were not as labor intensive. The Dracula, I just repainted the face.
Right.
Frankenstein, I did some face repainting and dyed the clothing.
Right.
So these were just sort of more of a customization of a previous product.
Still, I've never seen anything like this available on like a store shelf or anything like that.
Well, they were available on stores. They just didn't look like this.
No, of course, because you customized them. You
Yeah.
made them perfect.
Well, thank you.
So you must love that film to go through all this work. For
Yeah,
this.
I absolutely love it. And there is no action figures you can buy at Abbott and Costello. And so if
It's
I will,
not.
No, you really can't go and pick one up anywhere.
So which one is he?
That is Lou Costello.
That is Costello.
He was
So you're going to work
played
on
Chick.
Abbott.
Yes, I actually have the Abbott sculpted. I just haven't sourced the rest of the outfits and the body for him yet.
You know, this term sculpting, it's like all digital, right? You're doing this on a computer. And
It's 100% digital, at least when I'm doing these. Like this Wolfman head was also a digital sculpt.
And so this one is not the original head.
No. I wanted there was a head that actually was a Wolfman figure to begin with, but I wanted a head that sort of was a little more reminiscent of the Chaney creature.
Lon Chaney. He was rather an unusual looking Wolfman, was he not?
He had a very specific look.
Right.
Yeah.
They've never matched it.
They really haven't. I very much liked the aesthetic of the Benicio del Toro Wolfman. I thought that was a very
I have not
good-looking
seen
Wolfman.
that one.
The movie itself wasn't the greatest,
Right.
I would say, but the makeup and the visuals were really, really stunning.
Absolutely wonderful. Unlike this film, Satan Schools for Girls, whose makeup, I suppose the makeup's okay because it's a bunch of young women and they did probably their own makeup. But the special effects we have yet to see, right?
Well, I'm convinced they're women, so they did something right.
That's important.
It is.
That's important. All right, let's get back to this film, and when we come back, we're going to talk some more with Tyler Ham about some of the things he's done. So you guys stay with us.
Now, the subjects are in abject terror. Let's examine what they're afraid of. Roberta.
Well, it looks like they're more mad than scared to me.
It's their terror that motivates their anger. The same is true of human beings. We're all apt to react more strongly to terror than any other emotion. To react violently, even to kill out of terror. But don't let this experiment fool you. Humans don't show their terror as do rodents, running and screeching. Sometimes terror can break down all the fibers of resistance so that a complete passivity takes over. And human reaction, though passive, is most dangerous in this state of terror. Elizabeth, what have you gotten out of this experiment so far?
Well, I'm not really sure. Do you want us to recognize the terror element or the motivation to violence?
Jody.
Beats me. I'm more lost than the rodents are.
I wonder if Debbie is taking this experiment as lightly as you do. We'll continue tomorrow.
Boy, is he weird. Yeah, and he's weirder every day, too. Somebody really ought to talk to the dragon lady about it.
See you later.
Yeah.
I wonder what he meant about Debbie.
Beats me.
Roberta? I think it was Professor Delacroix that I saw in the cellar last night.
What makes you think it was him?
That basement, the wine cellar, that room. It's all like his rat maze.
Maybe we better look at it again. We could go down there tonight after everybody's gone to sleep.
What if I'm wrong?
That's not what scares me. What if you're right? Roberta? Yeah. You ready?
You ever been down here before? Once. We looked for props to use in the play. It's back here. I never saw a door like that before. That's how they made them. Hundreds of years ago.
What's the meaning of this after hours? You know the rules.
Debbie's dead.
What?
We found her body in the cellar.
But how?
We don't know. It looks like she committed suicide.
Oh. Oh, dear God. I'll have to call the sheriff. Hello, this is Mrs. Williams, the headmistress at Salem Academy. We need you right away. Please hurry. Yes. Thank you. They'll locate the sheriff as quickly as possible.
What do we do about Debbie?
I'll ask Dr. Clampett to lock the cellar door and wait for the sheriff. And I want you to promise me to say nothing to the rest of the girls until after the sheriff arrives. I don't want to panic in the middle of the night.
Yes, ma'am. Poor Debbie. And Lucy Dambrell and that Sayers girl? Oh, come on, Roberta. You can't believe they all committed suicide. Well, it would be one hell of a coincidence. It sure would. 3 girls from the same school? No, they were murdered. Or at least driven to do what they did. You mean like the rats in the maze? I'd bet my life on it. What do you know about Delacroix? Not much. But his personnel file reports are in those cabinets. The Dragon Lady keeps them on everybody. Let's take a look. Come on. Fella. Wait a minute. It's gone. All right. Now let's look for Lucy Denbrowse and Martha Sayers. What for? Just a hunch. No file on Martha Sayers. Yeah, Lucy Denbrowse is gone, too. Maybe she took them out after they died. Let's look for Debbie Jones. It's gone. But the headmistress didn't know she was dead until just now. She wouldn't take them out of here just to hide them someplace else. That doesn't make any sense. She probably doesn't even know they're gone. Let's check out Delacroix's lab. Shouldn't we wait for the sheriff? It might be too late. Okay. I'll tell you one thing. I'm checking out of here first thing in the morning. Well, what's the matter? I've just thought of another one of your great coincidences. Something all three girls had in common. What? They all of them had no one to help them. All their parents are dead. Elizabeth, so are mine, but you don't see me killing myself over it. Come on.
Portions of this program are brought to you by Micromat, making products that keep your Macintosh running at its best. Indiana, be so kind as to return Mr. Van Dal's toothbrush to his medicine cabinet when you're finished.
You were right. Better look. They're all dead.
They were slaughtered. They were slaughtered. I know why you came here, and I know who sent you. But it won't stop me. It won't silence me. It killed them the way it wants to kill me.
Who killed them?
It wasn't a person. You know it wasn't a person. Not me.
I won't give in, not ever!
What's going on?
Thank God it's you.
Delacroix was in his lab. He's killed all his animals.
He's gone crazy. He thinks somebody's after him.
Where is he now?
He ran toward the woods.
I'll try to stop him.
No, he's got a gun. Wait for the police. They're on their way.
Mrs. Williams told me. I took care of Debbie. Now, look, if they see him with a gun, they might shoot him. Maybe you'll listen to me. You two wait here and don't scare the other girls. Wait right here.
I'm worried about Dr. Clanton.
Don't worry about him. He can take care of himself.
He's something else. I've never met anybody like him.
You never will. For all of us in school, and especially those of us without parents, he's fulfilled a very special need.
We can't just stay here and do nothing.
We're doing exactly what he told us to do. I always do that.
Sounds to me like you're in love.
Maybe. Very special kind of love. See, when I first came to the academy, I was really lost. He gave me confidence in myself. He gave me a belief in my own ability. I was thinking of the word power.
Power? To do what?
Not that kind of power. Power to live. Power to never feel vulnerable again. Never feel like your life is right on the edge of being wiped out. And if it were, nobody would care. Nobody would give a damn. He gave you all that? And more. He can't help you if you fight him. He can't help you if you resist him.
Who wants to fight him? Right now, I could use all the help I can get.
Well, I guess it was easier for you. You had parents and a family.
No, all I had was a sister. She's gone now. My real name is Sayers. Martha Sayers was my sister. You see, I never really believed that she committed suicide. That's why I came here.
When she was here, Dr. Clampett tried to help her. She wouldn't listen to him.
You know, I think we're getting very close to finding out what really happened to her. And Lucy. And Debbie.
I hope so, Elizabeth. I really do.
I couldn't find him. He got away.
The police?
I don't know what's keeping them, but he could come back here looking for you two.
Maybe he always knew that Elizabeth was Martha Sayers' sister. I'm sorry, I should have told you before. I just didn't know who to trust.
I understand. I don't want you here or in your rooms. It's the first place he'd look. Up to my classroom. Lock the doors, draw the blinds, and don't let anyone in.
Oh, no. I'll get the lamp.
This is Livingston, and you're watching Creature Features. Not now. Stay tuned. This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
Welcome back to Creature Features. We are still watching Satan's School for Girls with Tyler Hamm. This film, I've just been told by our director, Kate Jackson came back in the remake and she plays the mean dean.
Wow, it sounds like she worked her way up in this school.
I'm more surprised by the fact that there was a remake of this film. It's like somebody said, that film was so good we have to make it again.
Like Star Trek.
See? But, you know, Star Trek is something that I think should remain on a small screen, not on a large screen. But that's, you know, I don't know anything. I play music. All right, so welcome back to the show. Tyler, this thing you've got in your hand looks like a weapon of some form.
Well, it was used as a weapon, actually, in the original film that it was copied from.
Which is?
This is The Wolfman, 1941.
The Wolfman came.
Yes.
So, and we just saw a Wolfman in the little figurines you made. You've got a thing for the Universal Monsters, I think.
I absolutely love the Universal Monsters, and it's some of my favorite product work.
You know, we were always getting mail that says, please show Frankenstein or Dracula. And yeah, we can't show those films. They won't give them to us. They want like $10 million. And I'm like short half the money, so maybe next year. So you made this entirely by yourself in a weekend.
Yes, something very close to that.
It's remarkable, and it's all computer generated and printed on 3D.
Well, just these, this part is all 3D done.
Right.
And in fact, when I started sculpting this in 3D, and it just wasn't really working right. I was having issues with the fur. I was having a hard time sculpting 3D fur, being a fairly rookie sculptor. And I almost got to the point where I told my wife, I can't do this. I can't sculpt this. I'm going to have to reject the job.
And you had to tell her because she commissioned you to create this particular thing?
Well, because she is my acting manager of life.
Oh, no, that's wonderful.
And,
well, it's good to have a manager.
We all need one.
So now you can stick to the important, like, artistic portions of the work.
But she really pushed me to try something else, and I kind of decided to get in the mind of how the original sculptor would have done it. And it was a prop. It was probably sculpted rather quickly. Ellis Berman was the man who originally sculpted this for the Wolfman. And I thought, it was probably done in clay quickly. So let's see what happens if I try to do it in clay quickly. And it worked.
So you did it in actual clay?
Yes, this one I did.
So you are a sculptor. You're not strictly a digital bits and bytes and print it to a 3D printer. You actually created something by hand.
Yeah, I'm most comfortable in 3D, but I can go back and forth to hand sculpting when I need to.
I love clay. Every now and then, Tangela has some clay, and I'll like grab a chunk and I'll start making something. And she grows a bit perturbed with me because I've stolen some of the clay, but I rather enjoy it.
It's very therapeutic.
It is.
Yeah.
No, I think it's a natural thing, like it's a childhood. I don't know. I like the smell of Play-Doh as well, so maybe it's got something to do with that.
We have a lot of Play-Doh in our house now.
Oh, you should.
Yes.
I mean, you have children, right?
Yes, 2 of them.
2 children. It's okay if they eat it.
I know.
I discovered this.
And it makes dinner
There's
time.
no poison warning on the can.
It makes dinner so much easier.
All right. Well, these childhood safety tips have been brought to you by Creature Features. So you guys make sure you stick around because we're going to get back to Satan's School for Girls. But when we return, we're going to have something amazing, right?
I hope so.
This guy never ceases to impress. See you soon.
It would be best to clear the girls out of here for the night.
Why? What are you going to do?
Just clear the school.
No. No, I won't let you do any more. I don't know why I've let you do what you've done. But it's over now. It's all over. Oh, please. Please. Don't make me do any more. Please.
Jessica.
Yes, Dr. Clamper.
You'll do as you're told.
Yes, Dr. Clamper.
You'll tell them and the rest of the staff it's because of the power failure.
Yes.
And tell them the power company has notified us that it can't be restored and it would be dangerous. I want everybody out.
Yes, whatever you say.
It won't be long now. It's almost over.
The bus is full, ladies. Try the minibus. Go to your room.
Keep moving.
Professor? Why can't we take our own cars?
Dragon Lady's orders. Doesn't want any of you pure in heart going out and making clandestine rendezvous. Don't you dare tell that battle axe I called her a dragon lady.
Oh, it's our secret forever.
Yes, forever.
Oh, by the way, Professor Jenkins said to tell you, according to the register, there's still 8 girls here.
Tell him I'll transport them along with the headmistress. All right? All right, Rudy.
What's that? Sounds like some cars. The police. Hey, they'll come in. Dr. Clement said to stay here.
I'm not waiting.
Elizabeth, wait! Elizabeth!
Wait!
Mrs. Williams? Mrs. Williams, Professor Delacroix's dad, he's been murdered.
The headmistress isn't here right now. She told me to wait for her. She's gonna punish me. I know she is. But she's wrong. It's a lie. Somebody told her a lie about me. I wasn't in that room. I would never go down there.
What's wrong with her?
Did you tell her? I bet you were the ones who told her I went down to that room.
Forget her. Get the police.
Hey, what are you doing? You can't use that phone. Miss Abigail doesn't let anybody use that phone.
Operator? Operator, I can't get anybody. The phones must be out, too. Everybody's gone. I saw them leave. What are you talking about? All the buses. They were headed toward town. Roberta, I think we're the only ones here.
You better get out of this office. Miss Abigail will give you demerits if she catches you here.
Where's your car? The keys are gone. Somebody took them. Look, we could walk to the highway and hitch a ride into town. No, that's a long way in the dark. It's better than staying here with her. Yeah, and whoever killed Professor Delacroix. I wish we had a gun or something. Did she keep one? Let's find out.
What are you doing? Miss Abigail will throw you out of school. She'll be back anyway.
Wait a minute, there's one in the basement. When I was down there looking for props, there was one in a steel cabinet in the basement. Are you sure? Yeah, one of the maintenance men kept it there, I think. A gun and a couple of rifles.
No, you can't go down there. No, you can't go down there. That's why I'm in trouble. Miss Abigail doesn't let anybody go down there.
Okay, what do you say? Is it the highway or do we try for the gun? Let's get the gun.
No, please don't go down there. She'll think I sent you. Please don't go down there. Please.
Listen, you just stay here. And we'll tell her that you didn't have anything to do with it, okay?
Okay. You tell her I was never in that room.
Don't tell her any damn thing you please. You just stay put.
Okay. But he'll find out. Miss Abigail will tell him. She always tells him everything.
Where is it? On the wall. There's a key taped to the top.
rifles are gone. The revolver? I don't know. I'll look.
It's empty.
Hold it.
You know how to use that thing?
Yeah, I was brought up on a farm. My father had these around the whole time. Come on, let's get out of here.
Wait, it could be one of the girls. We've got to see.
Okay. Walk to one side in case I have to use this thing.
Hairstyling for the show was provided by Restoration Hair in Santa Rosa.
There's a light.
We've waited for you, Elizabeth. Look around you. 8 of my girls died here. 8. All unwanted. Like you, like all of them. I have waited too long. Now I have found 8 to take their place. And like them, abandoned once again.
It's no coincidence that we don't have families, Elizabeth. He wanted it that way. It has to be that way. Jody, Roberta, who do you think he is?
We know.
Malleus Maleficarum, the hammer of witches. Some call him Satan.
I welcome what man rejects. I beckon what man despises. I forgive what man will not.
Well, you don't believe that. That he's Satan. None of you can really believe that.
They believe what they must. Tonight they will sacrifice their mortal souls. Willingly. Here where it started. And they will return with me.
You're crazy. Listen to me. I don't know what kind of a hold he has on you, but he's killed Delacroix and Debbie.
We know, Elizabeth.
Come with me willingly. Your sister would not, nor Lucy Dembrow.
Don't listen to him. Look, there are 8 of us against his 1. You've got to get out of here before it's too late. For God's sake!
For his sake or mine? They've already made that choice. Come. We shall meet when I have the 8th.
Mrs. Williams, there's a fire in
I'm
the
plant monitor. I forgot to water these plants today. You won't tell Miss Abigail, will you?
I won't tell Miss Abigail anything. Now, come on, we have to get out of here. Give me that.
What are you doing?
Come on, get out. Come on! Up here! I want to see! Come on!
People told us about the power danger. Looks like we're a little late. Everybody out?
No, not everyone. Where's the headmistress? She'll have to notify their families. They didn't have any. Where's Dr. Cup? Where he belongs.
And that brings the Halo fire suppression down on Satan's School for Girls. You know, I think that's the most ridiculous film I've ever seen. Only because who tries to kill Satan with fire?
No, I have no idea why that would be a plan.
No, it would never work. I
No.
mean, maybe like water would like be better. Or like halon.
Yeah.
Right? You know, you want to extinguish Satan. You don't want to give him more fire. What do you think of the film, love? Oh, she loves everything right now. So, what are you doing next? What's on the horizon for Tyler Ham?
So I just started at a company called Paragon Effects Group, which is a movie and TV collectibles company, and I'm heading their creative.
Head of their creative?
Yeah.
You just started and you're now head.
Yes.
How do you do that? It's like 0 to 100.
Nepotism.
Oh,
not really.
Use it when you can. Why not? So, they sell things to the public, or?
Yes, they will be. Things like the hands and that type of collectible.
Oh, how fantastic.
Yeah,
So this
excited.
is going to take you around the world, I bet.
I hope so.
Good. And hopefully fill your pockets with lots of gold.
I would not object to it.
No, gold is good, especially right now.
Especially right now.
Right. So how do we learn more?
Everything about me you'd ever want to know, you can find at my website, which is hameffects.com.
Hameffects.com. Just the way it sounds.
Yep, just 5 letters.
Perfect. 5-letter domain is really difficult to get these days.
That's why I took that one.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. And
thank you for having me.
Bringing all those wonderful things and watching this unbearable film with us. But next time we have you on, you're going to have new things to show us.
Yes, I definitely will.
And hopefully we'll have a new thing to show you as well, movie-wise. But no promises. All right, as far as you guys go, thank you for watching the show tonight. I had fun. I hope you had fun. I know she had fun. Did you have fun? Well, not so much at the commencement, but as the night progressed, she got a bit better. And anyways, we shall see you next week with a different movie, different guests, and all kinds of fun. Have a great rest of your weekends. So, Tyler, I was thinking, with her here and your skill in making these things, what if you made like a figurine of Tangela?
Yeah, the hair thing. No.